Hi guys, it's Claire. I'm here with Alex, Healthy Girl UK, for issue 6. Can you imagine that Alex has been writing for us since issue 1, and we are so proud to be in her beautiful apartment here in London. And we're just going to discuss today about her incredible and exciting venture that she's doing with her Healthy Girl UK rebrand, and what she's got in store for us this summer, how to stay fit, how to lose weight, and how, most importantly, to have the right mindset for success.
Hey, great to have you here.
Whoa,
It's a pleasure to
absolutely.
have you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come into your world, actually. So we've been here all day shooting for Alex, for Healthy Girl.
Yeah.
And I just want you to just open up to our readers about what that journey is, because obviously the people that have been reading the magazine since issue 1 will know your writing, and it's always about weight loss and giving us tips and tricks to stay in stay in shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But what we may or may not have gathered from looking at your website or possibly following your socials is why weight loss? It's such a tricky thing, isn't it, for us girls? And how did you get into that obsession about helping others with their weight loss? What was your journey?
Well, I suppose it started with my personal journey, really.
Sure.
So if I go back a number of years, I really struggled with my weight. I've yo-yoed over the years. I've been a size 18, and it was something that really upset me. It used to really, I was obsessive about trying to get thin,
Sure.
get slim, get a hold on my eating, and to stop that yo-yoing. Because I just didn't feel great about myself.
Sure.
So I'm sure, like many people, I tried every diet out there. I did some crazy ones. I've done some extreme things. I think I have pretty strong willpower at times.
Okay.
But it always ran out.
Yeah.
And that's the point at which, desperation kind of kicks in, and you feel bad about yourself.
Sure.
You think you failed, and it feels like you just repeat this vicious cycle.
Definitely. I know that I can absolutely relate to that, because in the last 5 years my weight has been up and down, to the point where even some viewers or people, friends and family, have been out in a bar or a restaurant at an award or an event, and people have said, "Oh, congratulations," and I'm like, I'm bloated, I'm fat, or you make a joke of it, but actually you sort of feel a little bit inadequate. And as a woman at any age and stage in your life, your weight and the way you look and your image is something that is really, really important to you. So I can totally relate to that.
Well, I think so many women out there,
Sure.
and guys, I think so many
Absolutely.
people relate to that. And they don't really know where to turn or what to do.
Most
And I was
definitely.
exactly like that. And I suppose where I am now is I feel as though I've really cracked it. I really genuinely do feel I've cracked it. I've lost the weight, I've lost 4 dress sizes,
Wow.
which it is great, but do you know what's even more great is the fact that I've kept it off for about 6 years
That's the
now.
key, isn't it?
That to me that's the
It's
magic.
true, because it's one thing to lose weight, but then to consistently maintain a healthy weight that you're happy with,
Absolutely.
that is the real trick. Because some people, as you say, that word extreme, some people have experienced extreme results by, fasting or eating a certain food. They've followed the Beyonce cayenne pepper and lemon diet,
That's
or
right.
lemon syrup or whatever
Absolutely.
that she done to get into her dress size for Dreamgirls in that film. Or they have, cut out fats or carbs, and there's all this mixed messaging in education around how nutrition comes into it.
Absolutely.
So what things have you discovered along your way that kept the weight off?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. There's so much misinformation out there, and it's a minefield, and it's really hard to kind of see through that and find what really works. So one thing I've learned is to really follow what science shows is the answer. So follow things that actually has some proof behind it, especially with nutrition. And even that, I have to say, can be confusing. But whether one thing that I would approach and say across the board, whether someone follows a paleo approach or whether they're plant-based in their approach to nutrition, I think it's about eating low glycemic foods, which regulate your insulin levels. They help balance your hormones. It helps give you energy. You don't get hungry, or the cravings can can disappear, you get that kind of extra mental clarity, you know, and you just feel so much better in yourself. And you can apply that, as I say, to any approach.
Sure.
So it's really watching the amount of sugar you're putting in your system.
Okay.
Because when you put too much sugar in your system, you can actually create an environment in the body where the body will gain fat.
Wow, and I know that again, specifically as somebody who is constantly battled with, which is how I started Premae, Candida and Candida albicans, which is linked to gluten, which is another form of sugar.
Yes.
As you see, glucose, gluten, the body reads it as sugar in the body. And I know I've had that consistent every year. I'm like, this year I'm going to go even harder, I'm going to make sure. And then the cravings kick in and you've got this mental battle. And I do believe there is, like you say, it's so on point, that scientific under-acknowledgement of how actually there is a psychology to this.
Really is.
And how we almost keep continually self-harming through eating the wrong foods.
It's so true, and you know, people genuinely do it without realising
Sure,
what they're doing.
which is what I was doing for the first couple of years, and then consciously knowing that this was naughty and was making me unwell, but still carrying on.
But you see, so that leads me to me what the answer is. And yes, you know, nutrition is absolutely key, but if you can't follow it and create a healthy balance, you know, and consistency,
sure,
then that's when results really do elude people. So for me, there's one vital element, and this is the part that I really believe I discovered, or you know, came to understand, should we say. You know, because most weight loss sort of programs and books and experts out there, they don't really address this side of things.
Right.
And that is our thinking, that is our behaviour and our mindset. You know,
Sure.
because without making changes to that, then it's really, really hard to move further and beyond willpower.
Wow.
Because there's science behind it.
Sure.
There's actually neuroscience, which without getting too kind of techie and out there, that neuroscience shows that willpower uses only 5% of the mind.
So neuroscience for the layman is about mind science.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Got it.
You know, so and willpower falls under using 5% of the mind. So that means we can have 95% moving in the opposite direction, which is why willpower only has a finite amount of time to work.
Sure.
So what I help people do, and what I did for myself, is to get that 95% on board and have that working with me. So then you've got 100% of the mind, you've got all of your mind working in the right direction you want to go. So there's nothing sort of pulling you away.
That's what it is. It's that
and
that's what yo-yoing is about, isn't it? It's
exactly
the up and down, and it's the back and forth of I know I should be doing this, but just one more chocolate bar, and I know I should be going to the gym, but there's an amazing program on Netflix, and I know I should be, but actually that tastes so good, and so that's what yo-yoing is about. It's that mental, that mind struggle, that neurological science struggle happening internally that's preventing people from moving forward congruently in one direction.
Absolutely.
That means that you keep getting this back and forth in your results, in how you look, in your shape, in your diet, in maintaining the weight loss.
Totally it. And without making changes at the deepest level in terms of our thinking, which then has an impact on our behaviour and our actions. When you do that, you actually find that it can become easy to make the right choices. So you can relax around food. You can genuinely enjoy the kind of foods you're eating without feeling you're deprived, or looking at other people and thinking, God, I wish I was eating what they were eating. Now you can kind of look at other people and think, God, they really need to be eating what I'm eating.
Sure, absolutely. I think so many of the Premae customers, they know that I'm so passionate about food, and I think what you've just summarised is that exact mindset that I am so driven and passionate about, is where actually using Premae skincare or using your supplements, your amazing supplements, which we're going to talk about in a minute, it's not like, oh, but I wish I could be using what they... No! You're almost like, I want you to come on to the green side, the great side, and reusing what we're using, because look at the results. Look at the results in my skin, in my mindset, in my relationship with food. And that's something that I always bang on about at Harley Street. It's about, this is not about having a negative relationship with food, like these are the foods that I have to avoid, I'm so deprived. It's like, actually, these are the foods that I really need to nourish me so that I can flourish.
Absolutely.
I feel great, I look slender.
Absolutely.
And slender for all different body types as well, because one person slender is a completely different person slender.
That's true.
You know, we don't need to get rid of the bums and boobs. It's just
celebrate
about
your curves. You know, I think most people just want to have a slim tummy, a trim waist. You know, and I think that makes people feel better.
Definitely.
You know, I think it's the tummy area that makes you feel
The
bloated,
most,
and you know, and that's when it doesn't feel so great.
Sure.
You know, and curves are actually a sign of great hormonal balance.
Mm.
You know, as an aside. You know, so I think it's just about creating the balance and having, you know, being relaxed around food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not having it control you.
Sure.
You know, and having control over your thinking.
Sure.
You know, around it, so that you can, you know, from my experience, I don't have that obsession anymore around food. I'm much more relaxed. So it's like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders in terms of that, the thinking around it.
Sure.
As an aside, what I would love to share,
please,
is by applying these principles, and you know, and following, I suppose, you know, a completely different lifestyle since getting into shape. I was really intrigued to kind of work out where I was at, and so I had my biological age tested last year, about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And so I don't mind sharing. I'm in my mid-40s. I think I look pretty good for my age. I think I've done pretty well on genetics somehow.
Definitely.
But I had my biological age tested, and it actually comes up as 28 years.
I would have said that you do look like you
know.
could be like late 20s to like mid 30s, and I wouldn't have gone any higher than that.
No, but
obviously you're tiny as in height size, and then physical body as well.
But I just think
that's just your energy levels as well.
Exactly. You know, and I was blown away by that, but you know, and thrilled. Good. But I absolutely know it's because of having control over my thinking, knowing where I'm kind of going, and you know, and eating foods that nourish my body in a way to, you know, that's real depth of nutrition and fuel.
So talk to us about your science, sort of the science behind it, in the sense of your credentials, because all of this kind of, there's like a three-pronged approach here. You obviously, you've not told us yet, but you did currently own a gym.
I did.
And so you're quite clearly into your fitness, and then you've got the credentials around nutrition and mind. Talk to our readers about that, because you're really very rare to have all three. Like, you're three practitioners in one, so I think you should let us know about that.
I think that, it's a great way to put it, thank you. And I would see myself like that, because I would have a background in nutrition in terms of nutritional therapist. I previously owned a boutique personal training gym in southwest London, which I've since sold. And I would also have training as I'm a certified coach. And also in terms of something called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, the whole mind thinking. So you've got the sort of nutrition, the mindset, and then the third element is really, I suppose, my personal experience.
Sure.
You know, I have been there, I have done it, I kind of spot the signs. Perfect. You know, when people are kind of slipping off, and you know,
takes one to know one.
Challenged.
Takes one to know one. It's like me with the skin allergies. Like,
absolutely.
People say Premae makes sense because you're at the helm of it and you suffered with allergies, so you know the signs and you know what could possibly go on.
You know, I think that brings so much to what I do.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I do train, I go to the gym, but there are some days I don't want to go and I don't enjoy it.
Right.
You know, there are still, but I suppose, you know, I'm not perfect. And as you say, you know, it is still about evolving and, you know, always wanting to go to the next level, you know, wanting to improve things, you know, but I think it's that personal experience, I think that's priceless.
Absolutely.
You know?
And in terms of talking about the next level, we're here sat with, I mean, there's so many on your website currently.
Absolutely.
where you can go and shop for Educo Health supplements. These supplements, I know personally the power of them, but I want Alex to talk us through your two favourites.
My two
You
favourites.
can hold your Cell Regen, and I love the bio oils and the Soja as well. So talk us through what is in these things and how important is supplements, because even for me, I know that there's sort of so much work to be done around it, and I know that this is your absolute passion, so together we're going to make sure that the whole world is on the supplement thing, especially here in London and in England.
Absolutely.
I think our American brothers and sisters get it, but still over here it's like, take a little pill, what does it really do?
Yeah.
Because we've got so many pseudo supplements on the market in the high street, whether that's, you know, your Sainsbury's or your Tesco's own brands, is all like, you know, or even Holland and Barrett's where you've got like 10% of the actual fruit extract and what have you. So people are not seeing those results in the skin, they're not seeing those results in their energy levels, they're not seeing those results in terms of supplements that you can take alongside, you know, for diet. So talk us through the brand and then what all the different ones that we've got.
Well, just picking up on what you were saying in terms of many supplements out there actually have synthetic ingredients, which are man-made. The body can't actually deal with them. They don't actually deliver nutrition, and the body can't actually, very often in some cases, can't actually flush them out, so they can build up in the system, which is not great. So for me, it's all about quality and depth of nutrition, and that's why I love these products.
Okay.
So you're holding the bio oils. So those are superior strength omega-3 oils.
We were talking about superior, how the Educo Health supplements are a lot more superior to the synthetic supplements that are that are readily available. Talk us through how that relates to the bio oils.
Yeah, of course. So bio oils contains omega-3 fish oil. Now it's just omega-3s because the modern diet tends to cause us to have a lot more omega-6 in our systems, and that can lead to pain and inflammation, and that can lead to cause problems such as asthma, eczema, psoriasis, those sorts of inflammatory type conditions. So if you take just the omega-3s, then you can get everything back into balance in the system. So these are really, really powerful, and I would have experienced those sorts of things. So if I was to pick up an injury or something, then I would actually take extra of these to help reduce the pain, and I would notice significant impact with that.
Okay.
Now, what it can also do, if you take fish oils, or certainly omega-3s, it can help support normal blood pressure, normal sort of cholesterol levels, and it can help improve those levels as well for people. These in particular are 60% EPA, DPA.
I was just reading that here, EPA and DHA. What does that mean?
Well, that's the actual the names of the fish oils specifically. Now, many products only contain between 15 and 30%, and this is 60%. So you can see it's
so
high.
Like double the amount of what's
it's really
available.
high strength. And again, the quality is superior in my opinion, in terms of it's taken from fish which swim off the cleanest waters in the world near Peru. And what they do is they extract the fish oil from the actual body of the fish as opposed to from its liver. So it's as clean as possible. They're hermetically sealed into the little capsules so that the oils can't oxidize and become
really
unhealthy. So everything is really, really well thought of, but certainly in my experience, they really, really are superior.
Fantastic. And just in a snapshot, you could take these if you wanted to.
I think they're brilliant. They're an overall product which I think everyone can benefit from.
Sure.
But they would help in terms of supporting healthy cholesterol, healthy blood pressure, reducing pain and inflammation.
Sure.
They also would help strengthen the bones. So they're
my mum could do with this because
overall
cholesterol.
product.
I mean, I guess all races and all ages can suffer with high or low cholesterol at any age, but I know specifically in the Afro-Caribbean community, cholesterol is always a big thing, which leads on to high blood pressure, and it has all these other different things which can cause problems in the joints. So I think even universally people are of a certain age as well.
Absolutely.
So maybe 35 plus, but definitely 40 plus would definitely be starting to get those things that like random arthritis is just starting to creep into the body. If you're starting to get less active, you need those oils around the joints.
Definitely, and these would also help with cognitive function.
Okay.
So again, really, really important. There are a few supplements that I would say everyone would benefit across the board, and these definitely fall into that category.
Wonderful.
These would, so with this...
So, cell rejuvenation mix, break it down. I'm seeing some words that I really love here. I'm seeing quercetin, which is what I love to take because I used to have hay fever. So I would always be looking for natural versions of quercetin. You've got CoQ10, 22 fruit, vegetable and herb extracts. Yeah. This is like a mega mix.
You're right, it's a mega mix.
Okay.
It's a mega mix of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals. There's about, I think there's 55 ingredients in total. It's a real blast that will boost your immune system. It will support cognitive health, your heart health, bones, your eyesight. It really, really is an all-round antioxidant, which will support your overall health.
Sure.
So again, I just think it's really, really important, to take something like that on a daily basis.
Okay.
In terms, it's really good for the immune system. So if you kind of feel a bit of a sniffle coming on, just take extra. Have a bigger, take a larger amount just to cover that period. But I just think that's, again, it's a superior product.
Fantastic.
There's so much packed into
55 ingredients
in one
and they seem to be all higher than the European RDA.
It's true.
I'm just looking here at magnesium.
It's very, very powerful.
It's like 100 mil when the European is 27, so that's 5 times the amount.
Absolutely.
So you can see straight away that this is going to be a much more beneficial to the overall performance of your
what I know about the guys who formulate these products is that they would see the body as more of a whole and be coming at it from a more of a sort of rounded and holistic approach to ensure that there's nothing that will have an impact. So, because sometimes you can take individual supplements and they, you don't necessarily know if your body really needs that. Whereas that they would have an approach which would, be more in line with how the body would function effectively. So
fantastic. And these are what's the sort of retail pricing that we're looking at?
Well, these are a large pot.
Sure.
So these are,
So how can we get started on, say, like a 30 tablets or 60 or something?
You can start on like 100 or tablets.
100, okay.
Which would be retail price, I think, for the Bioils is about £25.
Okay. Lovely.
This would be a large one, but would last for a long time.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Sort of family jumbo size. Yeah.
Absolutely. But these would last for a long time.
Sure, of course.
But I mean, they're very accessible in terms of cost.
Totally. I mean, and you just grab those on www.thehealthygirl.co.uk.
Absolutely.
Smashing. That's wonderful. And so, just to finalise, we're now obviously stepping into summer.
Yes.
Is there any sort of healthy girl tips and tricks that our readers can take away and think about possibly doing? I know that you're a massive advocate for lifting weights. Such a small little thing, but a powerhouse, really strong body, strong mind, strong diet. So you're full of strength. What would you say would be some really tangible, like little small things that people could maybe do, maybe 2 or 3, that people could do to train up a little bit, maybe when they're at home, and then they can transfer that onto the beach? Because I know you live quite an international lifestyle as well.
I do. I'm very lucky. I get to travel quite a lot.
Sure.
Okay, so I think certainly what you said in terms of lifting weights, but consider your workouts to be something that you can create a level of intensity with. So make them sort of short and sharp and intensive, so you kind of go all out, for a shorter period of time. So if I'm lifting weights, I'd only actually train in total for the session 15 minutes, and then I would always do abs. So because I want to create intensity, have no rest. in between exercises. So just speed everything up if you're in the gym. You're better if you're doing some form of sort of cardio, if you're on the cross trainer or the treadmill, or if you're out running. To sprint for a minute, then take 30 seconds to recover, and then sprint again. You're better to do that kind of approach rather than...
Yeah, I've seen people doing it in the gym and I thought, wow, he went all out, and then he just stopped, and then he's going all out again. But you're saying, is that the intensity?
More intensity. So,
so
what it does is, there's actually research showing that if you do high level, sort of high impact aerobics, then people do it, generally to stay in shape and for weight loss, but actually it's shown that you lose more muscle tissue than you do fat from the body, from high impact aerobics. So if you train in a slightly different way, increase that intensity, shorten the time scale, so you work harder and faster but for a shorter period of time. It's sort of, I suppose an analogy to show it would be the difference between a sprinter and a marathon runner. So when the sprinters, they tend to look much more lean and toned and powerful compared to the marathon runners. So it's that sort of approach, because if you train with high intensity, or HIIT, which is kind of the buzzword.
Yes, I've seen that hashtag, now I know what it means.
Well, that's actually high intensity interval training, which kind of, it does explain it. Create that intensity, and you can get the effects of being aerobic, which is heart healthy. So you still get out of breath, and so you're using your heart and improving the health of the heart. But you've got the anaerobic side, which is increasing your strength and your sort of endurance and your energy. So you get the best of both worlds. So definitely, if you make that sort of small change, if you're in a gym, you should be able to ask for help on the best kind of way to do that in your gym. Sure.
Any summer fruits that we should be looking forward to, or vegetables?
Well, I just think, personally, I just love all the berries. I just think they are, they taste great. You can use them in so many different types of cooking. Berries even in a salad is really nice.
I love blueberries in the salad, walnuts and rocket, it's really nice.
Citrus fruits, fresh lime, that kind of thing. And I would also, I love them in smoothies, and I'd make mush up some raspberries and add some chia seeds and some homemade almond milk, and make like a little dessert.
Oh, nice. So you make your own almond milk from scratch?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Yes, you'll have to check out one of my blogs for that.
I will, absolutely.
So I just think berries are really, really versatile. And they're low glycemic, so they help in terms of, regulating your insulin levels. They don't really impact in a negative way. I just think, throwing in as many fresh enzyme foods into your salads, things like sauerkraut, things like sprouts. And you can, you don't have to do, learn how to make it yourself. You can go to your health food store. You can even get it in supermarkets now. These kind of foods are becoming much more mainstream, but they're full of enzymes which feed all the good bacteria in the body. They give you a better depth of nutrition.
Fantastic. So grateful for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your pearls of wisdom. We can find out more about Alex on www.thehealthygirl.co.uk, and also at Alex Healthy Girl on Instagram. I know all this because Alex is also a client at Joe Claire. Healthy Girl UK on Facebook, and also on Twitter as well.
Absolutely.
Put that down the bottom as well. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks so much. Stay in touch, keep reading, visit Alex's blog, and have a look at all of her homemade recipes. And obviously check out the supplements. There's at least 20, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
So there's something for men, and there's something for healthy guys too. There's a Healthy Guy tab on the website as well. Thanks for watching.